They called it a diplomatic punishment. That's what the Galactic Council named the sanctions, the embargoes, and the public trial Earth was forced to attend. Every representative from every advanced alien species sat in that massive obsidian chamber on Jar-Thul Prime, passing judgment on humanity like they were some backwater criminals. For what? For fighting back. 1 year before the trial, Earth had defended itself from a mining operation illegally set up by the Tavari Empire, a smug, tentacle-faced race that believed lesser species should be grateful for being exploited. Their machines had begun drilling into the Mariana Trench without warning. No communication, no agreement, nothing. Just giant alien rigs cracking the Earth open like a nut. At first, humans sent warnings, then envoys. Then came the explosions. 3 rigs destroyed, 37 Tavari casualties. And suddenly Earth was branded aggressive, uncivilized, and a threat to galactic peace. In the months that followed, food shipments stopped. Trade partners disappeared. Earth's satellites were accidentally knocked from orbit by cosmic debris. And then came the biggest humiliation: the forced attendance at the Galactic Council's judgment seat. Ambassador Naomi Ressa stood before them, the only human allowed inside the trial chamber. A slim woman with tired eyes and skin the color of rich mahogany, she looked far too human compared to the elegant, glowing forms and hulking beasts that surrounded her in the circle. "You are a violent species," hissed Chancellor Axarith, a floating crystalline being from the Zeln Consortium. His voice echoed unnaturally, like a bell rung underwater. "You are not yet ready for higher civility. Your world shall be contained." Naomi's jaw clenched. Her hands, hidden in her robe, curled into fists. She wasn't angry for herself. She was angry for the children in Nairobi who had no grain delivery that month. For the scientists in Luna's research dome who lost power when their solar arrays were sabotaged. For the millions on Earth living under the weight of fear, starvation, and silence. Still she bowed. "We understand your verdict," she said. "No, you don't," whispered a voice behind her. It came from General Vakor of the Trinlai, one of the Council's military arms. He grinned with tusks showing. "But you will." Earth left that trial humiliated, stripped of trade rights, surrounded by patrol fleets, no ships in, no ships out, and worst of all, broadcast across every civilized planet as a cautionary tale. That was the moment humanity stopped pleading. They started planning. In the bunkers beneath Geneva, in the cyber labs of Seoul, in the deep silence of the Martian colonies, they gathered. Not governments, not politicians, but leaders, fighters, survivors, people with nothing left to lose and everything to take back. One of them was Elias Ward, ex-Special Ops, now labeled a terrorist by the Intergalactic Council. He had one eye, a half-mechanical spine, and a reputation for breaking bones before asking questions. He'd watched his sister die when a council blockade kept her cancer meds from arriving. "You don't keep beating a dog and expect it to stay loyal," he said during the first meeting. "Eventually it bites, and humans, we bite hard." They called their operation Black Ember. Not a war, not a rebellion, a reckoning. Quietly, they began hijacking council drones, spoofing communications, gathering intelligence, rebuilding old weapons the council had banned after humanity's induction into galactic society. Then they started vanishing. Freighters, research ships, scavengers, slipping into the asteroid belts where council eyes couldn't see. Naomi was part of it too, publicly still an ambassador. Privately, she was the voice of vengeance. "You made humanity kneel," she whispered during one transmission. "Now we rise, and you will remember us not as beggars, but as the storm you never saw coming." It wasn't about winning anymore. It was about making them pay. One act of cruelty at a time, The Council had chipped away at humanity's pride, their unity, their hope. And now they had nothing left but rage, the kind of rage that made stars go dark. Space was cold, but rage burned hotter. In the silence beyond Saturn's rings, 3 stolen Tavari scout ships hovered in formation. Painted matte black, their heat signatures were disguised with old Terran stealth tech, the kind outlawed centuries ago. Inside the lead ship, Elias Ward paced like a caged animal. "Are we clear on orbital paths?" he asked, eyes scanning a rotating 3D hologram of the target, a Council communication relay perched on a rogue moon. It was a critical hub for interstellar traffic between the inner systems. Disabling it wouldn't just blind the Council, it would make a statement. "We're synced," replied Lynn Tanaka from the helm. She was young, barely 25, with augmented neural ports lining her neck like silver rings. Born post-blockade, she'd never seen Earth without hunger. 10 seconds to breach window." Elias nodded. "No survivors. Leave the wreckage floating." Nobody flinched. They weren't soldiers anymore. They were reminders that every kick the Council landed came with consequences now. The first explosion came like a heartbeat, silent, then screaming red across the void. The relay's shield dome shattered under the impact of a kinetic torpedo. Then came the rail fire, slicing through metal and flesh with equal indifference. Alarms blared in alien tongues. The station's defense drones scrambled, but humanity had learned. They jammed them, turned their own code against them. Inside the station, screams cut short as gravity systems collapsed. Oxygen vented into space. Bodies, Council workers, mostly Arctai and Jarvan, floated like trash, still twitching. Lynn's voice was calm. "Relay neutralized. Council blackout across 4 sectors." "Broadcast the message," Elias growled. She tapped the console. Across thousands of planets, from core worlds to the edge colonies, holoscreens flickered. A single message appeared in every known language. Humanity does not forget. Humanity does not forgive. This is only the beginning. Panic followed. Council newsnets tried to cover it up, but the footage leaked. Soldiers with Terran features, voice logs in English, the unmistakable brutality of Earth-born anger. On Jar Thol Prime, the Council convened in chaos. "This is terrorism," spat Chancellor Axareth, his crystalline body pulsating erratically. "It's an act of war," thundered Vakor, pounding the table. "They were supposed to be under control," another shouted. But Naomi Reza was calm. She watched from the shadows of Earth's silent seat, still exiled, still voiceless, but no longer powerless. "They're not under control anymore," she said quietly. "You made sure of that." Meanwhile, back on Earth,